Hello, in this short video I'm going to show you the new features of Print Manager version 2, which will be launched via the Citizen website in the software section on the 7th of October. Just before I show you the screen, I'm just going to let you know what my configuration here is. So I have a laptop with Print Manager 2 installed with the printer drivers already installed. The printers, I have a CX02 here, as you can see on top, and a CX02W underneath. So I'm going to move the camera now so that you can get a closer view of the screen, and we'll take a look at the new features. I'm hoping now you have a good view, or a decent view, of the laptop screen. Apologies again for the that this video isn't professional. It's more about me giving you some information rather than it being a beautiful presentation, so please understand that. So you can see Print Manager has been launched, and that the CX02W is now supported. So this is showing the serial number, print count, how many prints are left, and the print format. Just to show you that it works, if I open the door, you can see it says cover open here. So it's much like the other printers, but version 1.0 of Print Manager will not recognize this printer. So that's the first feature to show you. The second feature is panoramic printing. So this is quite good. Panoramic printing is only available via the software development kit. It's not available via the printer driver. So Print Manager version 2 is the only way to do panoramic printing. Eventually, by end of November, it will support all CX02 printers, so that's the 6-inch, the 8-inch and the adhesive model. But to begin with, it will only support the CX02 and the CX02S. We're still waiting for the SDK for the wide printer to be made available from Japan. Users that upgrade to version 2, as long as they're connected to the internet, will be automatically updated to later versions with the later features. So let's have a look at panoramic. If I go into settings, this little star option at the top, I've already pre-configured this to work. Select the printer CX02. Normally here you add a media. I've already added 6x8 as a media format, and you can see here I've already added 6x8 pano. I'm just going to take you through these options. It's very simple to set up. So you give it a name. This is the name that is assigned to the hot folder. So you need to drop the panoramic images into a hot folder for this to work. 6x8 pano is what I've called it. Type, normally it's single, but we're selecting panoramic. There's 4 panoramic types that are available via the SDK, so this isn't something that Pixeltech have dictated, it's something that the SDK dictates. So I'm just going to read them out to you if you can't see. It's ×2 with space, ×3 with space, ×2 and ×3. Now the ×2 and ×3 refers to how many panels are printed. So if we look at this example, don't worry about the white line, I'll explain this in a moment. This is 2 6x8 panels. 3 would be a third panel here, so you can get a very wide format image if you so want. With space, automatically applies a 3 or 4 millimeter gap, which you can't define. To be honest, I think these two options are not really useful. If we select ×2, you'll see now there's 2 options here called overlay and gap. Gap is similar to the with space option. You can define if you want a white space to appear between the images. Now for some panoramic images, having a white space between each panel is quite a nice effect. Overlay refers to how much one image is overlaid onto the other. there's no exact science to panoramic printing. There's no one configuration fits all setting. But what I found in my investigation is if I do a 2 or 3 millimeter overlay, I'm going to keep the gap to on this setting, the lowest setting, which is the default. Then you get panoramic images with minimal banding. In fact, I can hardly see it on this example. If I go to this one, it's maybe only slightly noticeable here. So in my brief experience, the more overlay, the weaker the join mark is. Then, once this is being configured, it's simply a case of dragging the image into the hot folder, and it will automatically print. Now, the third feature I want to show you is multiple images per print. So this is a 6x8, and as you can see, there's 3 images that have been positioned on that print. This is good for applications such as key rings or maybe some events. It's quite a nice feature, and I think it's extremely clever the way it works. So again, we can go into the settings. This will work on all printers. Panoramic will only work on the CX02 family. Again, I've pre-configured, so 6x8 multi-image is the name. This is the name of the hot folder. It's a single print in this type. I've configured the printer settings as you would normally. And then here it says template. There's a number of predefined templates that have been installed. So you can see this one here is the template I used for this one. Now these files are PNG files that can be created in Photoshop or similar programs. And the clever thing about Print Manager is it automatically detects the transparent or alpha channel areas. So if you can create any template design you wish, and however many transparent areas you wish, they must be fully surrounded, and Print Manager will detect those areas and slot the images in automatically. And just to show you this, I've edited one of the standard ones here. If I open it up, you can see I've added some blue splodges. It's not very creative, I admit, but you can see here Print Manager's detecting photo 1, photo 2, photo 3, showing you the different colours. So you can create your own templates, however you might have logos or however you wish, and as long as you open it in Print Manager, it will tell you if it's detecting those areas automatically. So when we're done, I'm going to copy, this is the hot folder that was created. I'm going to copy this image in, start play, but nothing happens. Why is that? Well, I've only copied one image in, so it's got the intelligence to wait for however many images are in the template that you've chosen. So in this case 3. So if I select another 2, copy them in, you can hear the printer in the background hopefully, and the printing starts automatically. And we'll just wait a second for that to come out, a few seconds. And there we are, you can see it with my wonderful blue design.